Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. Now, the other day on my 4 best decks to climb with video, I did showcase Jayce Shadow Isles as one of the best decks in the current meta to climb with. And then I kind of went back and I realized that I actually haven't showcased like a full video of Jayce Shadow Isles in a few months now. And obviously we got quite a few new cards with it. Well, I guess only really one new card in terms of formula, which I think makes this deck a lot better than it was in the past. So I figured that it actually deserves its own full-length video. So today, that's what we're going to be playing. We're going to play some Jayce Heimer. So going a little bit more meta after the couple of non-meta decks that we have showcased in the past couple of days. If you are not familiar with this deck, it's kind of like a control deck that also plays very board heavy because we have access to the turrets between the production search and your Heimerdinger developing a lot of turrets. It lets you to kind of go wide while also having access to the control tools from Shadow Isles and even from PNC as well, obviously having access to stuff like Mystic, etc., right? So it's a mix of both. It's like control with a board heavy presence that's kind of just able to present a lot of damage to your opponent through your board and even sometimes burn them out. Like if you have a Jayce on the field, you can burn people out by playing your Shock Blast. Now, this version of the deck is actually super greedy. I don't think it's the best version out there, but it seemed interesting, so I wanted to try it out. Usually, I'm a fan of playing Shock Blast as your 6-cost spells, and as you can see here, we have no Shock Blast whatsoever. Shock Blast is, I guess, one of the cornerstones of this deck, but this version of the deck is kind of going more all in on the turrets. That's why we are on triple Flash of Brilliance, right? So that we can just go all in more on the Hextech Handler, into Heimer, into Flash of Brilliance to summon a lot of fearsome turrets. We have the formulas and the vengeance, which are really nice ways to get the elusive turret and just try to win the game that way. So this is a little bit more low to the curve. We're playing stuff like Quietus, right? We're playing stuff like Force Sheath, more Mystic Shot, more Battle Feast, and again the Flash of Brilliance, instead of going for the more 6-cost spell heavy where we have more Shock Blast, etc. Now we do still have access to First Financier, so we could potentially get Shock Blast from there, and we also could get double Jayce to get Shock Blast that way. But for the most part, we're kind of playing more of a, hey, just kill the units with vengeance, or just try to draw into the vengeance with your formula and just try to get a bunch of elusive turrets. Because the good thing about formula is that by refilling your mana, you're able to potentially play multiple of this in a turn and be able to set up for a really big elusive wipeout. So yeah, again, a little bit of a different list than what you might be used to for Jayce Heimer, but I think it was worth giving it a shot. Don't know if it's the best, but I think it's still good enough. It still does Jayce Heimer things that is playable. So yeah, let's jump right ahead to the games and see how those goes. Enjoy. In this match, we're going against Akshan Varus. I have a bad time sometimes forgetting about how many cards they can actually have in their hand and stuff to play around. I like keeping one Jayce. I wanted to see if I could get like some sort of removal. We don't get it. Production Search is not bad though on turn 3 because he's gonna trigger my Hextech Handler for the rest of the game. Ooh, okay, so they hit the Darkin equipment, so that's gonna be Bloodletters, or it's gonna be the Varus himself. Do we take this damage? I think we take this damage. I think I want to just play Production Search. I think I want to play Production Search and just enable my oh, I guess it could also be, yeah, it could also be the 3 mana equipment, the one that gives, that's a pretty wide board. I don't think I care. I don't think I mind having a wide board. It does make it a little, yeah, the Swinging Glaive. That's what I was trying to think. I don't think I mind the wider board. It does give me a lot of blockers, which I wouldn't have otherwise. We can deny the Swinging Glaive by having Glimpse, right? So we can deny the Swinging Glaive by having the Glimpse. And start getting answers here. We don't get answers, unfortunately. They could easily have access to Furious Wilder. I think I'm gonna pass. I hate the fact that I don't have any hard removal here. I really don't like the fact that I don't have any hard removal. A little bit unfortunate. I'm gonna threaten the Mystic right now. Force the opponent to commit an answer here. I'm okay with that. Like, I think I'm fine eating up their momentous choice, knowing that I'm in a good position. I don't want to play this Jayce until after the opponent taps out of 4 mana. We could just try to level up the Jayce and just go for the formula. I don't know how I feel about that yet. So they're gonna go. They're just gonna buff with this Lunari Cultist. I don't think she's getting you much. All you're doing with her is threatening, like he's threatening the Furious Wielder, right? That's why he's specifically keeping the mana that they're doing. Oh my game just froze on the Chief. Come on, game. Oh, come on, game. Really? I guess I could quickly exit out. Why would this happen while I'm in the middle of recording? Okay. So yeah, so here we can just play the 4 Chiefs so that we're not overdrawing. They want to play the Furious Wielder. We're not going to let them. We can actually start with a Quietus here and just destroy the Swinging Glaive. That way the opponent doesn't actually have a way to do Furious Wielder if they have it. We can go Headstack Handler and still have 6 mana for something else if we need to. At this point, I really would like... At this point, I really want to play this Jayce and just double up something. We could play the Elusive Terror here, but I mean, the opponent still doesn't have any equipment. Not sure that anything here is gonna matter. Desert Duel. Huh. Desert Duel. Since when did they play Desert Duel? Let's play the Jayce out. Is this a challenger game? Is this a challenger game? Is this a challenger or a quick attack game? I like the challenger. I like the challenger just to threaten and for the opponent not to develop here. Because if they develop a Varus, we can just kill it, for example. If they develop anything else, we can kill it. If they don't develop, we can just pass. Right? I'm absolutely willing to go after this Varus. So, let's say that the opponent has Momentous Choice, right? The Momentous Choice still loses to us having access to the Mystic. So even if the opponent has Momentous Choice here, Absolver is even worse. It loses to the Battle Feast. So we can just go like this. We lose the Jayce, which kind of sucks, right? But we got the Acceleration Gate. We can still go for the draw right here. And we get rid of one of their Varus. Now they can't just play the Darking Bow again, and now that will enable the Furious Wielder one more time. But that's a huge draw. That's a huge draw. So Furious Wielder is able to kill me here. I think I have to slap it. I think I have to slap it and just play the double Flash of Brilliance. If they have the Furious Wielder here, we have to take it out of their hand. We know that they have a second Varus in their hand as well, because they just played the Resurrection and drew it. So we know they have the second Varus, so they could technically challenge this by using up their second Varus, and they go for it. I understand what the opponent's going for. I don't think this is the turn where you actually do that, though. Yeah, we're just gonna go double Flash of Brilliance.
A futile struggle.
They're even gonna... Okay, so we Flash of Brilliance once. We Flash of Brilliance twice. We can actually go... Oh, that's such a good draw, by the way. We can actually just go here, go Mystic, get a tough turret, and just get as many turrets as we can. We could have actually... I guess we could have done this different. We could have done Mystic here and then Thermal on the last one. That probably was a better way to go about it, a better sequencing. At this point, I just want to put a lot of pressure on them. Yeah, we could have gotten rid of the second blocker. We could still have done that with the thermal here too. We go like this. Opponent's gonna be forced to do something. We have the head splitterator to get rid of their Varus, and they already play the second Varus back into their deck. So if the opponent lets this go through, I think we're chilling. If they don't do anything, I think I just draw and just restart for next turn. We could go for the acceleration gate, but I think that's too vulnerable to Rider Negation. Yeah, so we can just draw here. If the opponent does nothing else, we can just draw. If they actually let this go through like this. Okay? I might prefer to draw anyways, to be honest. They cannot block with the Varus. If they block with the Varus, it's resetting their... So, if I go Head Splitterator, and the opponent plays Rider Negation, we could still go Thermal Beam after. I'm gonna do it after the fact so that the opponent doesn't have a Forsaken Bataille to play Rider Negation on. I guess they always just go for the Nexus though, right? Or do we just draw? Because my problem is that I'm scared that he could actually OTK me if I don't deal with this Varus now. So I think we have to deal with this Varus now. Force him to have the second momentous choice or have the Rider Negation. That is one way for them to deal with it. But again, the idea here is that the thermal can still hit them. I'm forcing to have the second answer. Do you have a second removal? They have a second. Okay, so the Absolver does keep them alive. We still have an out here of Join the Vengeance. So that's 16. No, actually, they lose damage. That's only 12. Okay, we just straight up top deck it. We could also just pass here, right? Why don't we just pass here? They don't have any burn. Yeah, why don't we just pass here? I guess no. I guess honestly, let's block. I probably want to play Production Surge. I'm gonna block. I want them to use their stuff. I'm gonna play the Production for Surge. Just refill my hand and then go for Acceleration Gate next turn. Refill my board, not my hand. They don't have any burn. They don't have any way to do like a rally here. I don't really care about this. They just want to get the Solani. We have two options. So 4-8, 4-8-11. We have lead though with just the attack like this, which gives me the answers that I need to be able to actually get rid of their units. Or we can go Acceleration Gate, get a bigger threat, right? I like the Acceleration Gate. Keeps my units alive. Even opponent needs to have a second Unforgiving Call to stop my attacks. And I don't think that's enough. They topped the Rider Negation, which is fine, because it means that we don't have to worry about Rider Negation for Vengeance later. Right? The other option that we have here is actually play this now, but I think we just go here first.
I know what we are.
They want to put damage in this. So that they have the over one to get through and percent lethal. But again, because they just played... actually, and I can just kill... I can actually just kill the Dark Control and the opponent has nothing to play this Dark Bloodletters on. So if we get rid of their units... If we get rid of this unit, they don't have a way to actually put the... Yeah, we're gonna go for it. Forcing to top deck the next unit, which means that they need to top deck a unit and then play Solani over the unit. And I'm cool with that. So now we only have to play around one card, and we have access to Vengeance. So we have to play around a top deck Rider Negation. We can actually even make our tags enough to block, right? So this is gonna be 3. We go here, and now this is gonna be just 2 damage that you're doing. And now we don't even have to do anything. Now you have to be the one to do something first. I guess you can play the Darking Bow on it, and that still gives you enough mana for the Rata Negation. So if they have the Rata Negation exactly, then they get there. Is there an answer that we could draw here? Let's go here first. Let's just make sure. Okay, a second Blood Awakening. That's cool.
Peace through servitude.
All right. So second Rata Negation, you either have it or you don't. Could also be the Spell Shield, right? So it could be second Rata Negation. It could be the second Spell Shield. They already used one Spell Shield earlier, and they already used one Rata Negation. So they used one protection earlier. They used one Rata Negation earlier. If they have it, they have it. I think using up, baiting out as much as we did early on was a little bit risky for sure. But I think it ended up being worth it in the end. So, GG's. In this match, we're going against Norra Veigar. So, kind of like a control versus control. This is going to be a long one. We get the Headstick Handler, which is amazing. And we get the formula as well as... Oh man, like this hand is so good. I wish I had a Mystic though. I'm gonna keep the formula and the Headstick Handler, and we get the Mystic. So now we're looking for Heimer, right? Because I need the Mystic to be able to hit the Norra. We also need a way to be able to deal with Veigar. They kept 3 cards, so I'm pretty sure they have either Norra or Veigar in their hand. The Mystics are great because it deals with the Catalyzer, it deals with the Norra. So the opponent kept 3 cards. And one of the ones they kept was obviously Norra, so we just go ahead and just pop the Norra. They still kept 2 more cards. One of them could be Veigar, which is going to be a little bit of a problem for us. We pass again first. I don't think I want to have to play this yet. Oh, one of the ones that they kept was the Compologist. Okay, so there's only one more card that they kept that we don't know about. I'm actually going to be willing to pass here. Heimer is huge. Heimer is huge. There's one problem that I have here. I can't deal with the Veigar. Yeah, I can't deal with the Veigar. Well, I guess now I can, right? Mystic, Bio. Yeah, so I can deal with the Veigar with Mystic, Bio. Opponent's just giving me all the time in the world, though, to be able to also find a way to deal with Veigar. So, I'm cool with that. Yeah, I think I'm cool with that, right? I mean, sure. We just block this here. Question here, do we go for the Heimer? I think so. I think I like the Heimer here. Force the opponent to have... Okay, Black Spear, alright. So we forced the opponent to have something. Unfortunately for us, that something was a Black Spear. I don't think we play this Mystic, right? Because we need it for later. They got the Black Spear from the college. I wanted to force him to have like a way with 4 mana, right? There's not a ton of things that they can do. We can go Headstick Handler here, having access to formula to trigger him a burst speed if we need to. Okay, we can just attack like this. I know we can push more damage by playing the formula first, but we still have to play around that Veigar, right? So I think we just go here first. They could play the Veigar here. They could play the Veigar here. Yeah, I guess we just go here first. Okay, the Quietus helps me, because now the Quietus lets me kill the Veigar by going Bile Feast. Yeah, so we can go Bile Feast into Quietus, and that kills the Veigar. Yeah, there it is. How do we know? How do we know? How do we know? The Quietus was a huge draw. And there we go. That's one Veigar gone, and it was actually a really cheap way of doing it. We have Vengeance for the second Veigar. We still have Mystic Shot for a second Norra. We have a lot of answers. Opponent actually loses the Instantly because they got a Hungry Owlcat, and that hurts me. That hurts my soul. Wow, they lose an Instantly there. That's huge. We just block, we just Bow Feast this. Still have access to everything I need for remove the opponent's stuff. You can go for the darkness if you want. Second Veigar is just gonna die.
Finally, an audience.
Yeah, you have to play cards because obviously you don't want to overdraw. We can go second Formula. Hopefully we get a second Headstack Handler. I'm kind of annoyed at how easy this is gonna die. I mean, this is still pushing a lot of damage, right? So we can just continue pushing damage here, force the opponent to have to deal with my units. This is fearsome, so the opponent has no block. I mean, sure. You want to take this damage? You can take the damage. Like, I want to play the Heimer. Okay, so we lose the production surge, which makes me fine playing Heimer now. Because the thing about the Heimer is that the opponent's going to have to play Darkness plus something else. Yeah, if they play the Vengeance, that's cool, right? We can just go here. Flow be gone. Gives me 2 cards. We can even go Glimpse. So Glimpse plus Turret gets us exactly to 10. So Glimpse plus Turret gets us exactly 10. Yep. And we're chilling. And we can next and play a second Handler. Now this Flow be gone is gonna die to the Darkness, unfortunately. But wow, what a hit! What a hit! What a hit! So now then my turrets are gonna all have elusive. So we go Flow be gone. This has elusive. We play turret. This gonna get elusive, and everything's also gonna have tough now. And we chill. If we get to play the second Headstack Handler, I think we're in a great spot. And of course, we get to play it. So now the Darkness doesn't even kill this second one. We can just Mystic this. And the Darkness still at 3. Opponent has Decenata, right? Opponent has the Decenata. So they wanted to play Decenata and the Darkness to do 3 to be able to quote-unquote kill us. But now with this board, I don't see how they do anything. Sure. He'll need one more spell to kill this. I think we got there. We were able to stop their champions from sticking on the field. Okay. I still like the idea of just passing and letting them, if they don't want to play Veigar, they don't want to play Veigar. Norra? Okay, so they ended up playing a Norra instead. The question is, do we Formula or do we just Production Surge? Production Surge gives me another elusive turret that the opponent's going to have to deal with. I kind of like this Production Surge here. He has Tough, so the only way that the opponent beats this is with a Vengeance. Actually, yeah, because a Haste Spike doesn't kill it, because he has 3 HP and Tough, and that's game. We were able to get the Headstack Handlers on the field, and the Headstack Handler just makes these control mirrors a lot easier, because you can just put a lot of pressure on them. Obviously, the elusive turrets help a lot, because it was what eventually presented the lethal, but based on our hand, I don't think we were ever in any position where we were going to be in trouble, so GG's. In this match, we're going against Annie Jinx. If this is an aggro deck, then we do have a little bit of an advantage, right? We're having Pile Feast, etc. Man, it's so tempting to keep the Heimer. What if we just keep this whole hand, to be honest? Heimer plus Flash's Brilliance. I know I'm not keeping any of my anti-aggro tools, but I am keeping tools that allow me to deal with Jinx, right? And allow me to get blockers later because of the Heimer plus the Flash of Brilliance. So I think it's okay. We'll take this 3 damage. Just relax for now. You go Assembly Line too. Give myself a little bit more blockers. I think this is going to be an attack aggressive type of deck. So if I just have blockers, we should be okay. The problem is next turn, right? Next turn we have nothing. We have to go here. Next turn we have nothing. We have to play the Thermo now. Block. We take 3. We don't have nothing to the open. We can play Assembly. Oh no, never mind. We found it out. So we can go here. Even if we lose the Headstack Handler by blocking the Disciple, I think that's okay. That's a big hit. Here we go like this. We take the 5. We get rid of the Disciple. Of the Praetor, sorry. So this is going to be an interesting deck. We do lose the value for not having assembly line this turn. So we are automatically taking another 5 next turn. As I say that, we get the adaptation. So we're able to at least block one of them. We have Vengeance for another one. Wow, they just got they got all the early drops, huh? So you have to just open, right? No way that's correct. You just gave me the answer to have 2 blockers. You're pushing 1 damage here. You have to develop again. If you develop again, I just put a Financier. Now I have blockers for even more stuff. So we can go here. We can go here. That blocks 2. We go here. We go to 5. We go here. We go down to 6. We go here. We go down to 5. So probably better to go like this. The Annie's a problem though. I would like to kill that Annie. What if we just kill the Annie and let this guy stay alive? I think the Veigar is less of a threat than Annie is. So I think the Veigar is less of a threat. Next turn, we have enough to play Heimer plus Flash of Brilliance, which I think is better than playing the Financier here. Yeah, let's go Heimer Flash of Brilliance. That way we actually just get turrets. We are taking 1 damage here. That's a great draw, by the way. I'm gonna pass. I know technically I could get the damage here, but I think that this is a Fervor. I'm thinking this is gonna be a Fervor that the opponent has, right? So because that's gonna be a Fervor, I think we can just go like this. Force the Fervor out of them here, and then just Vengeance the Fervor target. They have to have Burn. I have to assume they have Burn. We can go here. So Decimate plus something else kills me. Wow. Wow. This is so risky. This is so risky.
If it's a people problem, I'm your man.
I'm gonna just go for it. We get the Headstake Handler, so that allows me to play the Headstake Handler into Flash of Billions. Pass. So if they have a Mystic, if they have a Fervor, we lose. If they have a Decimate, we lose. If they have any Burn, we lose. We don't have Lethal. Yeah, let's go Headstake Handler. If you have the Lethal, you have the Lethal. I can't stop it. I can't stop it here. Okay, so that's gonna be another 2. It's gonna be another 2. This is not a bad draw. If it's a Fervor, this is my problem. My problem here is that I need to keep enough mana for Fervor. If we Vengeance, I guess we get there. We're losing to the Fervor. We could find the heal here. We could find the heal right here. So it's either we go for the RNG wheel or we go for just the Jayce. I'm gonna go for the RNG wheel. Trollshan. Trollshan again. Sonic Wave, Inner Beast. Wow. This one, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be very tough. If you have the burn, you have it. And I can't beat the burn, right? I cannot beat the burn. All I can do is go like this. Get myself the Challenger turret to challenge the Caustic Rifts to the back. Have the Sonic Wave. So I'm trying to like challenge all his blockers away so that the Stomper and the Floor Beat... the Floor Beat is gonna go through anyways. I need the Stomper to go through. I guess technically we have 12. Hi. Yeah, so this allows my Fearsome to go through and my Stumper to go through. So, no, sorry, this allows my Fearsome. My Stumper still doesn't go through. There's no way for the Stumper to go through, right? What we have to try to do is get the other ones all the way to the end.
Innovation must begin somewhere.
We just have to get this guys to the end. Okay, so opponent down made it so that we are not able to just push enough. So we're gonna go down to 1. Do we have enough to push? I don't think so. We have the Fearsome plus this. It's gonna only be 12. So we don't have enough to actually push lethal. All we can do at this point is just, I guess, kill everything else. We don't have enough for lethal, right? This is only gonna be 12. We can at most only drag 2 more of them. We don't have enough to drag all 3. Yeah, I guess we just go like this and let the opponent decide what they want to do. If they go, oh no, okay, so then you just lose the game. Never mind. Opponent gave us the winning play, right? No, I'm dumb. Why? Yeah, I forgot about them also getting hit by the caustic cast. So I always had lethal. Here. Yeah, the Fearsome goes through. I always had lethal because of the caustic route. Oh man. Why did it take me so long? I was like, why is it saying 16? I forgot that he also damages their own nexus. So yeah, we had lethal here. The moment that we were able to get rid of double troll shank to get rid of the Fearsome blockers. The moment that we were able to get rid of the Fearsome blockers so that we could have challenged the Fearsome blockers as well, we were able to have lethal because the caustic grip is also dealing 2 to them. So the moment they didn't have any burn, we were good. So GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Ryze. Ooh, this is going to be tough, right? Because we're kind of like a slower deck, and this is exactly the type of decks that Ryze wants to go against. Kind of like slow style decks. I'm going to keep the Financier just to look for a 6-cast spell that could potentially swing this matchup. I like the turret as well because it can eat up a lot of the shard betrayal, right? So this kind of allows me to eat up some of the shard betrayal. We go Financier. Double Jayce is not bad. We go Financier here. I really like this progress there.
It's an awesome day for progress.
I think I really like this progress there. Even though it doesn't really help us beat them, it's gonna be really nice just dealing with their aggression. We could also just go Force Shift instead. Yeah, I think I like the Force Shift instead. Let them play the Shard Betrayal if they want, because they want to play the shards here, right? So playing the Force Shift is not a big deal. The Shard Betrayal hits the Adaptron. Sure. And we still get to push quite a bit of damage here while still keeping full mana to be able to do a 6-cast spell if the opponent lets us. That's such a greedy Ryze, by the way. That's such a greedy Ryze.
Hey, big man.
Because he could literally just straight up just die.
Every day, Reggie.
I'm gonna go ahead and just slap it. The reason I'm gonna do this now is because I don't want them to get the shard that lets them heal to actually save their Ryze, right? So by putting the Battle Piece, I threatened the opponent and the opponent had to like do something else, right? Now we still have access to Shock Blast here, remember. There we go. They got the Shower Hope. That's what I was saying. They could potentially get the Shower Hope, and the Shower Hope lets them kind of stay alive. So now we really have to be careful about the damage that we do. We do have a lot of burn here, 4 and the double Jayce. So maybe we just try to burn them out with the formula into copying our other 6-cast spells. That could actually be better. We have so much burn that could actually be better. Yeah, I think at this point we switch to a burn strategy. Even if the opponent has another Delve into the Past, they can't really play it. So if we go here,
Tomorrow has never looked so good.
we can threaten the Ryze by playing the Shock Blast. Or we can just go Headstick Handler here. and try to burn him out next turn instead. This makes our units a little bit stronger. I like this instead. Ruthless Predator? Judgment? Okay. So that allows him to kill the Jayce. We can play the second Jayce. Opponent could still have access to another Delve, have the stuns. We could also just play the Albus Ferrus. I kind of like the Albus Ferrus a little bit better, to be honest. Because, I mean, the second Jayce is not letting me really do anything. Because this is forcing the opponent to have to recall or stun this right away. And it gives me the second Jayce to have Shock Blast next turn. So, because the opponent has to stun this. Yeah, there we go. They have to recall this right away. They still take all this damage. And they're just losing to the Mystic now. I guess they get to heal here. Yeah, they get to heal here. So technically they don't lose to the Mystic. Because I should have put the Mystic on the stack. So that's my mistake, because I forgot about the fact that the opponent had the shard in their hand. So I'm gonna pass. I could have threatened the lead though and force an answer out of them so that they have to actually play something else, right? I'm gonna go ahead and just burn my hand. I don't really care. Or burn a card, sorry. So this Shard of Hope is giving them a lot of outs. Oh, that's great. That's great. Kratos is fine. I don't think the opponent can actually go trip like all 5 shards and be able to deal with the Jayce.
It breaks the best of us.
We lose the Spiderling. Cool. The opponent goes up to 6. We can go Jayce. Go Shock Blast, and I don't think that's enough. Oh, they're just gonna go for this again. Wow. I think I'm just gonna continue going like this. This tells me the opponent cannot beat us this turn. If they can't beat us this turn, I think we're in a good spot. They have the Rune Prison. They do have the Rune Prison, right? Which is pretty problematic. I have to start with the Shock Blast next turn before they can bounce back the Jayce again. Are you gonna just Entomb? Really? Those that Entomb make sense for them. They could have another recall. So they're trying to prevent the burn. Yeah, sure. The problem is that they're full health again, right? Like, they're getting so much health here. They're getting so much health here from just the Shard of Hopes over and over again. I think I have to just play the third Jayce. I have to just play the third Jayce and force him to have an answer here. Which they easily could have now that they're drawing. Okay, if they play that, I think we're okay. Because we can just go Acceleration Gate.
The teacher was flawed, but his
He does kill one of my units. I like the Acceleration Gate. I like the Acceleration Gate here. It's forcing the opponent to be able to have more blockers here, because all my units can push a lot of damage. We can also threaten the Ryze. So we can also threaten the Ryze, which we can threaten it with one of these units. It doesn't matter which one. Oh, wait. Yeah, we just go like this. Ah, what am I doing? Oh, I can't drag. He wants to probably kill... He probably wants to bounce the Jayce, right? So if he wants to bounce the Jayce, it's probably better to go this way. He wants to bounce the Jayce with a Homecoming. He has the stun. Double stun. Do you have the last shard? They still win even without the last shard because they can do it next turn. But if I draw like another Shock Blast, they just lose the game. The Jayce spell gets duplicated 3 times because we have 2 Jayce in the field. So they have to hope that I find no removal, which I don't. I just pass, right? Why wouldn't I pass this? Why wouldn't I pass this?
I will stand this madness no
You have no room prison,
Hextech engage.
and we can just go like this? Yeah, why wouldn't I pass this? A little bit of couple loops here in my car, right? Like if I had threatened that Mystic Shot, like 4 turns ago when I had the lethal before the shard came into play, I could have baited something else out of them and I slowed them down even further. We got lucky that the opponent didn't get another shard and apparently didn't have any other spells that could draw, which is really odd. Unless they were trying to bait us to tap it on. I mean, they were scared. They were scared of the Jayce because they knew I could just triple Vengeance or something like that. So they thought I had removal to remove their Ryze. That's why they kept trying to deal with the Jayce so that we don't have the double spell that can allow us to kind of go through the spell shit. Opponent didn't know that we didn't have anything though, and they literally had lethal. They had the shard in their hand. So GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's games. Again, just a lot of what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, right? You get to see the turrets kind of just taking over some games, especially if you have the headstack handler. That's why I think it's important in a lot of mulligans to keep headstack handler in your hand so that you can enable him right off the bat and be able to just buff the turrets for the rest of the game, which is exactly what you're looking for. Aside from that, the strategy is pretty simple. Again, you just play your Setska spells, get your Jayce leveled up, get your Heimer to stick, and just start doing all those turrets while being able to remove the opponent's units with Vengeance, Battle Feast, Mystic Shots, etc. Stopping the opponent from getting to the game plan while you eventually just have a full board of turrets that the opponent will not be able to deal with. I don't think this is the best version of it, of Heimer Jayce, but it does put a lot of aggression that other slower versions don't do, which can be good in a meta where you might run into like Ryze, right? Against stuff like Ryze, you do want to be able to just play the headstack handler, just go for a more full wide board and just put pressure that way, instead of having to rely on kind of like controlling them better with like Shock Blast, etc., etc. Aside from that though, I mean, there's not a lot more to be said. In my mulligan, again, I'm looking for the headstack handler. I don't mind keeping the Force Sheep a lot of times, but it's really important for you to kind of just mulligan for this. I like keeping my champions if I get them, and then kind of just go from that spot. Ideally, keeping one formula can be good as well. It allows you to play it on turn 3, and while keeping 3 spell mana and enabling your headstack handler from then onwards. I think that's all there is to this deck. So yeah, hope you enjoyed today's games. If you did, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.